Western and CSU Pueblo, two Colorado schools and two great wrestlers.
Absolutely. At one point, Austin Harris was ranked in the top 8 in the country. He's fell out of the rankings, and Terrence McKinney is now ranked in the top 8 in the country. Or Terrence Williams, excuse me.
Now this will be the second time this season these two have gone head-to-head. Terrence Williams defeated Austin Harris by 6 at 13-7 decision, and Williams comes in, as you mentioned, JUCO transfer, All-American, Clackamas College in Oregon, ranked 6th nationally, number 1 in the region. He has got the resume. We'll see if he has it tonight against Austin Harris. Guy with national experience, returning national qualifier.
Yeah, Austin Harris has made the trip to nationals twice, and you mentioned that Williams is a JUCO All-American, 2-time JUCO All-American, so he's made it to JUCO nationals twice, and they both have big motors. I was watching them earlier in the day, and I do not think shape is going to be a factor in this match. They both wrestle hard from start to finish.
Austin Harris, 3rd at 165 of the region a season ago. And here's Terrence Williams, the young man from Portland, Oregon.
Both very physical wrestlers and wrestle that grinded out style.
You know this Western program so well, Marcus.
It's just really
being a former assistant coach there, Guttison, but Austin Harris so good with his hands to set up those shots.
Absolutely, he is. I know it's kind of weird to say, but he's stronger than he looks, and he puts a lot of force behind his ties, and you can see Williams is a very, very powerful wrestler as well.
His heavy hands going to work here. 30 seconds in.
And you can see both guys working college highs, hands on the back of the head, and they're just pulling and trying to tire out those lower back muscles and get them to slow down, slow their opponent down, and make it feel like their feet are stuck in mud.
Terrence Williams, so much experience coming into his junior season at CSU Pueblo. As Marcus mentioned, a All-American JUCO level in Oregon.
Yeah, and you know, I'm imagining he has a good workout partner in his assistant coach here, who was an All-American for CSU Pueblo about 3 seasons ago at 157 pounds.
CSU Pueblo, of course, led by Dax Charles, a national champ in 1992. Remember the CSU Pueblo Hall of Fame. What a job he's done to bring that program back after going away for a few seasons, and well, he has been outstanding.
Yeah, he's really built that program up and expanded his recruiting base, and if you look at their roster, they got kids from all over the western part of the United States.
No score here. We have wrestled 2 minutes in the opening round.
So all 4 coaches, as we look out here, have multiple All-American titles to them. You have Charlie Pfeiffer, assistant coach. Oh, big throw.
Big time throw, and that gets Dax Charles up off his seat. A loud opening, too, for CSU Pueblo.
Yeah, body lock straight to a quarter step and takes him all the way through. Beautiful back arch for a throw.
And a coach's challenge for Western State.
Yeah, it looks like he's questioning if that is an illegal hold or not, because we don't see those types of throws in collegiate wrestling very often. It seems more like that was a freestyle throw, and so they're questioning the legalities of that throw. So he comes from a double leg straight into a body lock into a back arch, and what they're challenging is whether or not, I think what they're challenging is whether or not it was a legal throw, saying that he took him too much straight over the top.
Marcus, that throw coming over 2 minutes into this opening period, a situation where he looked to set that up, or did it just happen?
I think he just carried the momentum through. He chain wrestled, he put 2 moves together. He went in on the double leg, the initial double leg was stopped. He came up to a body lock and he took what Harris gave him.
So the strength, athleticism of Terrence Williams on display. We'll see if this stands for 2 points on the opening takedown for the junior out of Portland, Oregon.
Good thing that was not an international style throw, because that would have been worth 4 points on the freestyle scene if we were at the Dave Schultz a couple days ago.
Now the 2 counts. So an early lead for Terrence Williams.
I was mentioning that we have a lot of wealth of knowledge here with all these coaches in the corner. For Western State, you have two three-time All-Americans in the corner, and Charlie Pfeiffer, and a national champion in Don Mayhill. And then in the corner for CSU Pueblo, you have Coach Hall, who was an All-American a few years ago at 157 pounds, and Dax Charles, who's a 3-time All-American himself.
Not to mention the staff from USA Wrestling helping put this on. So the who's who in college wrestling, they're here. Some of the best on hand here at the United States Olympic Training Center. What a weekend, what a Sunday it has been here for college wrestling in Colorado Springs. So an escape cuts the lead in half. Austin Harris going right back to work.
Yeah, that's for the best.
He's down 2-1 with 6 seconds left in the first period.
You can hear me right now.
Exciting first period after that throw.
Time expires, and that takes us to the second. A 2-1 lead for Williams. Well, Harris going down, Williams up top. Austin Harris last season, and the previous 2 seasons to that, wrestled at 165. So in a senior season up.
Yeah, he's put some size on. Ironically enough, when he was recruited as a 49-pounder.
Try to work that crossface, and they're going to blow it dead.
Yeah, an unnecessary roughness call said that those crossfaces were coming from a little too far away, a little too much power. You know, we mentioned before this broadcast, these are 2 very physical wrestlers, and so, you know, I'm sure it's nothing personal, but you can tell there's some physicality that's going to be coming from the rest of this match.
Even at 2 here. Just over a minute 30 to go in the second. Harris trying to pick up another point and take the lead for the first time here in this match.
Yeah, we're in a spiral right position. He's trying to squat up and scoot his hips out and get to a hip heist position, but Williams is smothering him, that finally cuts him loose for 1.
As Terrence looks back at the clock, huge exhale. Needs a takedown to get back in front, down a point here.
Yeah, both wrestlers are pulling hard and very physical wrestlers. Double leg attempt by Harris, and Williams just drops his head, hands defense, and meets him in the middle like 2 bighorn sheep.
Inside a minute here in the second. Austin Harris, third at 165 on a region a season ago. Here he is at 174, looking good at the title tilt. Up by a point, still a lot of time left. 30 seconds, still in the second.
Pace has slowed down a little bit, but it's that grueling, grinding style where they're just pulling on each other. They look for a small opening and explode.
And a good shot there by Williams. He'll finish for 2. He's got the lead here, under 10 seconds to go, up 4-3. And quickly, Harris trying to scramble out for 1. Not able to get there in time, so a boom play, and Terrence Williams able to hit the 2, and he takes a 1-point lead into the third.
Absolutely, just moving, head, hands, and kind of almost like a boxer feint. Throws a couple little hand jabs in there, gets Harris reacting, and just runs through a big double leg.
And really set it up with the right hand, and in the driver's seat here, up by 1 in the third. Well, what a match this has been.
Yeah, you can't sleep on Terrence Williams. He's powerful, explodes out of nowhere. See him lift Harris up multiple times and lulls you to sleep a little there with the hand fight, and then explodes.
See Austin Harris really trying to work the head, trying to snap it, but Williams just not budging. 2 strong wrestlers, and a quick 2 there for Harris, and Williams up on his feet. Harris will hold on to it. goes up 5-4. They go out of bounds. A 1-point lead with 1:11 to go.
Yeah, he has to ride him for at least 23 seconds to take this riding time away. He shoots a double leg of his own and converts.
Moved early, so the caution on Terrence Williams.
This could be big for regional seeding and regional rankings, as well as both of these guys are ranked number 1 and number 2 respectively.
Trying to flip over, and that's going to be back points, 2. And Williams knew it, put his head down. He gave away 2, 7-4, and that could be it.
Yeah, he went for a Granby roll there with a half in, which is kind of a no-no.
And Harris, a guy that you make a mistake, he'll make you pay.
Absolutely, you know, he's a seasoned veteran himself. He lost a close match to be an All-American last year with about 10 seconds left. He gave up a takedown.
So final 30 seconds. Boy, what an effort by Austin Harris. He is going to even his record if he can hold on here. Up by 2, 15. Williams still a chance, and boy, as quick as he's moved. And we're going to get a warning called and a point awarded.
Both these crowds are getting a little restless.
7-5 the score as Dax Charles points up at the clock. Austin Harris with the lead, showing 7 seconds. The clock continued to run. Marcus, I believe, there it is, 15 seconds when they blew it dead.
Plenty of time for a wrestler to have a couple solid setups and maybe even 1, if not 2, solid attempts at a takedown.
Now, especially the ability Williams has shown on his feet. He could come out of nowhere with the quick 2.
Yep, Harris has not been called for stalling yet, so let's see what his tactic is here with 15 seconds left.
And they're going to review to make sure the clock is synced up correctly. So, I believe 12 seconds, so it'll be adjusted to 12.
After the official review, they got it right, so there's 12 seconds left, and here we are.
Terrence Williams down 2, he's got to go. Williams, 5, 4. Stops with 2 seconds to go, and he took a shot. And that's it. Boy, Terrence Williams, great effort, but Austin Harris, the better tonight. He wins for the first time this season against Terrence Williams. 7-5 decision. What an effort by the young man from Western.
Yeah, that was an exciting match, a lot of action, very physical.